Welcome to Radio Veritas Asia News. This is Shirly Benedictos, and these are the headlines this week. The Pope calls for an end to the conflict in Israel and Palestine. Synod of Bishops reflect on a communion that radiates. Charity football match held to raise funds for disabled people in Cambodia. Catholic Sisters in Asia document programs for migrants and refugees.
Radio Veritas Asia, the voice of Asian Christianity. Radio Veritas Asia mobile app offers services in English and 21 Asian languages. Download the Radio Veritas Asia app to get more videos from Radio Veritas Asia. Comment, like, and share.
The Pope calls for an end to the conflict in Israel and Palestine. During the Angelus on Sunday, Pope Francis made an appeal for an immediate end to violence in Israel and Palestine. Please stop the attacks and the weapons and understand that terrorism and war do not lead to any solution, but only to the death and suffering of so many innocent people, he said. While he followed the latest news from Israel with apprehension and sorrow, the pontiff also emphasized that war is always a defeat. He extended his sympathy to the families of the victims, assured them of his prayers, and also invited everyone to pray for peace in the two countries. Violence erupted once again in the Holy Land on Saturday when Palestine and Hamas militants launched an unexpected attack on Israel, firing hundreds of rockets and making armed incursions into Israel. Israel immediately responded with air attacks, and its prime minister declared war. Initial reports suggested more than 400 Palestinians have been killed in southern Israel and the Gaza Strip, and dozens have been captured. Synod of Bishops reflect on a communion that radiates. The 16th Ordinary General Assembly of the Synod of Bishops began its reflections on the theme for a synodal church, communion, participation, and mission at the Vatican on October 9. In his homily during the daily morning mass at St. Peter's Basilica, Cardinal Becerra Butros Rai, the Maronite Patriarch of Antioch, reminded the participants that the synodal path helps us to respond to global crisis. The Synod's General Rapporteur, Cardinal Jean-Claude Hollerich, suggested reflecting on the question, how can we be more fully a sign and instrument of union with God and the unity of all humanity? Father Timothy Radcliffe, O.P., offered a spiritual reflection on the Samaritan woman at the well, John chapter 4, verses 7 to 30. Dr. Anna Rolands, professor of Catholic Social Thought and Practice at the Department of Theology and Religion and Center for Catholic Studies of Durham University in the UK, offered a theological reflection on the theme, Communion, the Wedding Feast of the Lamb. Metropolitan Job of Pisidia, co-president of the Joint International Commission for Theological Dialogue between the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, offered a reflection on the experience of synodality in the Orthodox Church. Father Clarence Davidasan of Malaysia also shared, how can we be more fully a sign and instrument of union with God and of the unity of all humanity? CU Y. Vanessa Cheng, a lay Catholic from Hong Kong, delivered her testimony on synodality and culture, and in particular, synodality and Asian cultures. The assembly worked in the Circoli Minores, where hundreds of bishops, priests, religious, and lay people were divided into groups for a discussion according to the method of communal discernment inspired by the conversation in the Spirit. Cambodian Church co-organizes a charity football match for the disabled. The Catholic Church in Phnom Penh and Cambodian football celebrity Neai Pak Mi, held a charity football match at the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces Stadium on October 7. The tournament featured the deaf youth football team and the all-season flower football team of Celebrity, a Cambodian comedy team led by Pak Mi. Saruwen San, a coordinator of the deaf youth team of the Catholic Church, said, "The goal of the sporting event is to help raise funds in order to support people with disabilities." He also said that it is a way to promote the rights of the disabled, stop discrimination, and help integrate them into society. The event raised about $4,500, and this will be distributed among institutions that care for people with disabilities. Catholic Sisters in Asia document programs for migrants and refugees. The Dicastery for the Promotion of Integral Human Development, or DSSUI, has directed the Scalabrini Migration Center Incorporated and the Missionary Sisters of St. Charles Scalabrinians to document good practices for migrant and refugee care, particularly those of Catholic Sisters in Asia. The desire for a better life and security has fueled intense migration across Asia, both within and across national borders most of the time. Sister Elizabeth Pedernal, MSCS, told Radio Veritas Asia, "Through various channels, the Catholic Church has been attentive to the concerns of migrants and refugees and is among the courageous voices advocating for their rights." Sisters belonging to various religious orders and congregations have initiated programs and services for migrants and refugees in the region, bearing witness that God is on the journey with them. Pedernal said the report will also include programs that increase access to enabling variables that make migration an option rather than a forced one. Since 2021, the DSSUI has published reports on good practices in the migrant industry in various regions, including specific programs that were implemented during the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks for watching Radio Veritas Asia News. Download the Radio Veritas Asia app for more Asian church news.